Okay, here we go with the push button assembly. We got it pretty much cleaned up. We got the coils here for coils and windings protected from handling or getting caught on my fingernails or something, and protected from me. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this thing apart. Not completely, but we're going to take it apart enough to get to these push button rods. There are supposed to be little rubber bumper thingies right down here against this backing plate right here. And whenever you push one of the buttons, it moves this slider shaft right here, this catch shaft, and unlocks the previous button that's depressed, and supposed to set the current button that's depressed. And that little pad goes right on the start of that T, and it rests against this front plate, and all of them are gone. So that's one of the reasons why none of these work. So I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and do a little modification to it, and we'll be back and show you what I've done. Okay, now after you got it all apart, you take a little brush and clean up your stuff in here, get all the ick out of it. I use Simple Green cut with water, about 50%, maybe a little heavier on the Simple Green to water, and give it a brushing. I use a little wire brush, stainless steel wire brush, and the push rods. What you will have is a little. Get yourself a little washer that is about the width of the shaft, and if it doesn't fit, just take a little round file and vice grip and do 180 degrees apart from each other. See if that'll focus both of us. Come on. Yeah. And put a little bend in it like that. And how that will go in is right back in there like that. Of course, through the holes, of course, and it'll have the springs on it. Here is your catch shaft for your rods, and your spring and your washer. And we're going to go ahead and slide this thing back together and let you give a look at it. Okay, here we got it all back together. And to aid in putting these selector switches back in, or the shafts, take and get you a little clippy like this, and clip it on the end of the shaft of this keeper shaft, or this locking mechanism, and move these gaps right to the center where the blades would be, and that will hold it in place while you slip these things through the front and get them back with the spring on them. Watch out for the springs, because you'll have to compress them to get them down and back into the thing, and if you let go, you're going to lose a spring. But fear not, ballpoint pen springs work. And I think you can even find these at your local Ace. They got truckloads of different kinds of springs. So I believe that's what happened to me once. I went to fumble with everything at once, and when I let go over here, trying to get that tail into the slot in the back, when I let go, I moved the shaft here on the end, and it popped loose, and the spring shot from it went into the nexus. So there's how you do those. And here are the washers orientation. You know, that slight bend that I showed you in the thing, well, it goes down and towards the rear. That allows for a little relief on this bar right here that is part of this framework for this switch assembly, down in that groove there. Boy, I wish this thing would focus better. I guess I'm gonna have to get me a high-tech camera or something. But anyway, and all your leaves, take and fold you up a little strip of sandpaper and put it between the leaves there, and put a little pressure against it and beat it back and forth and up and down and here, and they are open when relaxed and closed when compressed. So when you remove this thing, that thing will snap back into the thingy. Let's see if I can do this without getting in the way. You hear that positive click? I mean, it's positive. I mean, it's a, well, it's a click. So, I mean, it locks right in right now. You can add a little bit more pressure to that by stretching the midpoint of this spring a little bit. But like I say, be careful, because if you fumble with it, your spring is gone. Okay, so there you are for that.